Hey, what's up everyone? We're back with Everlasting Summer Part 2. The second, because Part 2, you know how that works. Numbers. Um, no, so we did the prologue last episode. If you guys didn't see that, you should probably go watch it. Although, you didn't really miss much, It was just a prologue. So, should we get started? Bright daylight struck my eyes. Ah! At first I didn't pay attention, as I wasn't fully awake yet. So, on their way, my legs carried me towards the door. Looks like I fell asleep again and missed my stop. Ah, no doors. Looked around the bus and realized that it was the good, worn-out Marco Polo. It said the bus was an Icarus model, and new. I was frozen in shock. How? What? Wait, Everlasting Summer. Is this good? It mentioned Groundhog Day before. This is... Am I dead? Have I been kidnapped? No, I must be dead. Touched my body wildly, slapped myself in the face a few times, struck the back of my front chair with my forehead. It's clear, either I'm still alive or being dead, but I can still feel the pain. But how could this all happen? Maybe I was asleep for too long and ended up in the bus depot. There's a bus depot? Is that like Home Depot? Can I buy like buses there? Then what? Did they put me into another bus? I rushed out and took another look around. Greenery wherever I looked. Tall grass on the roadside, trees and flowers. Summer, but how? It was winter just a moment ago. Oh yes, it's summer. Everlasting summer. I had a terrible headache. As if my head was going to explode. Step by step, I started to recall. What happened? What about the college reunion? What? It's a road. A long road running towards the horizon. Forests, plains, fields, lakes, and forests again. I've always wondered something. If, like, the world was flat and, like, like, it was just flat, like, and everything was flat. Not just, like, you guys get what I mean. Could you see, technically speaking, could you see forever? Like, where would it stop at? I don't know. A long running road towards the horizons, forests, plains, fields, lakes, and forests again. Think I was sleeping. But how then can I remember all of it? And then, a gap. Some girl leaning over me. She was softly whispering something to my ear. Then a gap again. She's gonna kill me! I'm gonna die! Then I woke up here. Who was that strange girl? Or was she just a dream? For some reason, thinking about her made me feel better and calmed me down a little. I felt warmth all over, coming from the inside. Could it be her who brought me here? Then I need to find her! The best way to look for her is to get away from here. I rushed to the left, then to the right, stopped hesitating where to go, and finally ran in the direction where the bus probably came from. Oh wow, we're in the country. Physical exercise doesn't refresh one's mind. Thoughts become clearer. Oh, it does refresh one's mind. It becomes a little easier to evaluate the surrounding reality. Not in my case, however. I was sitting on the roadside, wheezing and trying to ease my sore throat by gulping hot air. In any case, the run did its work. The fear withdrew for a while. Maybe I'm really just dreaming? No, you could only have one dream. Remember the gate? Although after recalling my self-harm, I immediately rejected the idea. Wait, so what if that decision, like, changes everything, and it's actually the final decision that, like, decides if I get the good ending or the bad ending? That would suck. Like, what if I got it wrong? Though after recalling my self-harm, I immediately rejected the idea. I'm neither dreaming or dead. Narrow road was running through the field and far into the distance. The exact road from my dream. I must be very far away from home. It's not like it was winter yesterday, and it's complete summer now. Maybe, of course, the summer is usually like that, green and hot. But here, everything is not like that in real life. So there's like telephone poles. Everything looks like it was taken from paintings of Russian landscape artists of the XIX century. I'm not good with Roman numerals, but X is 10, so no, it's X5. X is 10. So is that 21st? I don't know. The grass is just too lush. The bushes are not like what bushes should be. They're so thick that you can't see anything through them, like treetops, honestly. And the trees themselves. The forest was quite far away, but the trees looked as if they had closed their wings. Closed their even wings are now just waiting for an order to advance into the fields and plains. What? What's happening? Is this like... Is it like, what's something I can compare this to? Caught my breath and looked at the bus, which is now barely visible. Bird overtook me once again, and those power lines. There must be people here! But what does that mean? In fact, this means nothing at all. Or does it? Bum bum bum! Baking and roasting the sinners is too old-fashioned. Must have reached the point of no return. Oh yeah, I just got an invite from Hoodie Makes Plays, friend of Best Colas EU West, to play League. No. I'm exit out of the league. Who needs the league? I must have reached the point of no return, after which you either lose your mind completely or finally try to understand what is going on. Well, I still have the choice. I should pick the second option. I slowly headed back toward to the bus. Of course it was frightening, but it's not like I'm going to find the answer in the field to the woods. This wretched bucket of screws is the only kind of link that I have to the real world. Dot dot dot. I should carefully scout the area. Wait a second. I know this place. A brick wall and its gates crowned with Sovanok, which means owlet. Statues of pioneers at the sides, new road sign nearby showing the bus route number 410. Trip is taking a bit too long today. Is that me? I smirked. Person may start acting inadequately in extreme situations. Something like this is probably happening to me now. The place didn't look abandoned at all. No rust on the gates, no damage to the walls. Sovanok. What could have a name like that? An owl? Judging by the pioneer statues, it could be a kid's summer camp. This camp seems to be working. First, the simplest explanation logically explains nothing at all. The strange girl, the altered bust, summer, the pioneer camp. Thousands of theories went through my head instantly. From alien abduction, oh man, aliens! From lethargic sleep, from hallucination to time and space shift. None was worse than the other, but there's no way to pick a single one. But then it came to me. I can try to make a phone call! Why did I think of that? I took out my cell phone, dialed the first number on my contact list. Oh. It was showing a thick grass. But there's telephone poles. Don't those like give you signal? Like, I don't know what those do, but I assume those help signal. I don't. Alright, there may be no signal in such a backward country place. Though I cannot be the only one who got here. Buses don't go on their own. Or do they? I checked the bus from all sides to make sure it wasn't a hallucination. Bits of dirt on the bottom, some rust here and there, faded out paint and worn out tires. No, this is definitely a very ordinary Icarus. Yeah, exactly the kind of bus which takes you from places beyond your understanding if you carelessly fall asleep. I gave a nervous chuckle. That's a nervous chuckle. Came out by itself. So, oh, oops. Oh, heck, it doesn't let me go down though. Came out by itself. Sporadically. Because it wasn't the right place or time to laugh. Well, where on earth is the driver? Cautiously sat down on the curbstone beside the bus and started waiting. Who leaves the door? Oh, maybe I opened the door. My patience didn't last long. My anxiety seemed to have reached the top, and I started going slightly mad. In such a situation, anyone would have probably felt something similar. Aliens and parallel universes were gone from my imagination, leaving only void and darkness. Is this how it will all end? How my life will end? But I want to do so much, so many things I've had no time for yet. I was taken over by the idea. This was definitely the end. Why don't you just go into the gate? But why? It's not fair. Surely I'm no worse than anyone. God, why? Well, don't tell me that decision killed me. No, I don't want to go through the gate. Tears were burning my eyes unbearably. I curled up and started rolling in the grass. Wait, what? What did I do? Why me? That's me screaming. That was a very loud scream. I just edited it in post. Yep, I did that. But my outcries were only heard by the speechless statues of pioneers and by a bird on a tree, which immediately flapped her wings and took off, having cried something in its own bird language, as if laughing at the idiot who dared to interrupt its after-dinner nap. At last I was breathless with my weeping, just laid quietly, sobbing from time to time. Wow. But just go through the gate. After a while, I managed to pull myself together. Mine cleared up for a bit, as if terror and the fear of death gave me a little break. All in all, someone wanted to kill me. What is this all for? Doesn't look like an experiment either. If this is some crazy coincidence, then it probably carries no threat. Anyways, for now, it seems there's no danger. Panic was soon gone. I just want to look in a mirror to make sure that I'm the same age or not. You know, that matters. Of course, blood was still pounding in my head. My hands were still shaking, but at least I could think clearly now. Right now, there's nothing I can really change anyways. So no matter how much I think or get mad, it would only make things worse. There's no point in making guesses until I get some facts straight. In any case, I won't learn anything by lounging around about here. Exactly, let's do this. The camp. If, of course, it really is a camp. Looks like the only place where people could be. So I decided to walk there and hardly have I reached the gates when a girl came out from behind them, wearing a pioneer uniform. Hey, what's a pioneer? That's like the people who rolled rocks and ate moss. I think the logic didn't let me down this time. Then again, pioneer uniform in the 21st century. Then again, girls here. Ha ha ha! I froze, unable to make a step. It felt very much like running away. Running as far as I could from this place. Far from the bus, skate statues, and far from this bloody bird with its siesta. Just run, free like the wind, faster and faster, waving to the planets passing by and winking to the galaxies. You'd have to run pretty fast to go into space. Run, become... I like spamming middle mouse button. Just run, free like the wind. Oh wait, oops. Like a pulsar, wait, right. Science. Just run, yeah. Basically what I'm saying, it's run. Meanwhile, the girl came closer and smiled. Could not help but notice her beauty. No, Lily's, this is Lily, right? Lily's worst girl. Actually, Lily's third best girl. Even though I was trembling with fear. Human instincts work despite our consciousness, while only 5% of the brain is responsible for, I don't know, science. I just really wanted to get less complicated. Something in formal quotes from the encyclopedia, though my thoughts appeared one by one, being stupid, out of place, as if taking from an internal monologue of a hero of some junky, soft-cover crime fiction book. Pretty Slavic face, long braids, looking like two armfuls of fresh hay and blue eyes in which you could drown. She's gonna drown me, of course! It's the Kenshi ending all over again. Hi, you must have just arrived? Do not Oh god! Oh god! Oh no, what do I do? What do I do? Yeah, alright then. Welcome! She smiled broadly. Strange, she looks like... Wait, hold on, I want to see what do not reply. I was frozen. She looked perfectly normal. She even had a human appearance, but I could not utter a single word. Did I say something wrong? That's my girl voice. Did I say something wrong? That's the best I could do. Should I do this entire series? Gets me too much effort to give an answer. Yeah. What? Oh, nothing. I mean, I've just arrived. I replied quickly. Very good to me, you might have pointed out something wrong. Alright then, welcome. She smiled broadly. Strange, it looked like it was just a normal girl in front of me. Okay, so, not replying just adds about like 5 or so more lines. Okay. Bah, I should have returned here. The woods and fields seem much better. But what should I do next? Try to speak with her as if she was a human, or run away, or whatever. Blood was pumping unbearably in my head. She's not a human. Tearing it apart from it inside a little bit more, and the poor pioneer girl would be splattered with the hideous contents of my school. What? What's funny about that? The girl gazed over me. It sent shivers down my spine. My knees started to tremble. Oh no, I'm gonna die again. Nothing. Great then. What's great about that? Suddenly I felt like letting it all be. The bus behind me, the winter yesterday, and the summer today. Take off the itchy pullover and just believe that it was all real. That it was meant to be. That it all at last was for the better. You probably must know now. You should go to our camp leader. She'll tell you everything. Oh, take me to your leader. Aliens. Look. You go straight ahead to the square and turn left. Go see small cabins. She pointed at at the gates, as if I knew what was behind them. Then you can ask somewhere, well, Olga O'Reilly, that's Apollo Justice. Gotcha! Um, Demetripma is a patronymic, a derivative of a person's father's name. Put by Russians after the person's first name as a sign of respect or formal address. So it's like, it's kind of like over in that one Asian country that makes games, oh yeah, Japan! That was a pretty important to me joke. Like honorifics there, like, there's like, senpai! And, a few other ones. Okay, I know a lot of them. I could list them, but, I'm too bored to. I, got it? Of course I didn't. I didn't have it. And I gotta go. She waved her hand at me and disappeared behind the gates. Seemed as if for her, I was something ordinary. And all this show with the bus and the travels of waking and sleeping or troubling only me, while here everything was like it was supposed to be. Camp leader, pioneer, uniform. Are they making a historical reconstruction here? Up I want to find Lenin standing atop an armored car at a square. Lenin's, he was, a communist leader, right? Vladimir Lenin. Yes. A communist revolutionary politician and political theorist. Yes, he is indeed. I knew that. But even that would not surprise me right now. After standing alone for a while, I headed into the camp. Mere 50 meters ahead, a small one-story... Wait, is that actually how you spell story? Like a one-story house? Or maybe it's a typo. It's still acceptable, I think. Has popped up on the left side. The billboard near the door said clubs. I was about to come closer when the door suddenly opened. Tanako! And a small, short girl wearing a pioneer uniform came out. Her pretty face gave me an impression of bearing a torment for the fate of the whole mankind with a truly universal sorrow. As soon as she saw me, the girl froze as if frightened. Definitely Hanako. I guessed it. I froze too, considering what was the best to do. To approach first, or wait until she showed some initiative. Or maybe run away after it all. Although this last option was constantly suggested by my self-preservation instinct, or at least that's what I like to believe. Not the worst human instinct, but one far from being the most logical. If this instinct played poker against detective abilities, the result would be predetermined. Are those detective abilities, or at least their semblance? Is that even a word? Let's Google that. That's just like the second time it's used that. I don't know what that means.
Semblance.
Semblance. Okay, the outward appearance or apparent form of something, especially when the reality stuff. Okay. And that was Google, by the way. That's what Google sounds like. I'm allowed to play that. Yeah, I am. I'm allowed. They're hitting at me. There's no need to be afraid of this girl. Hey, it's in. Suddenly, somebody jumped out the nearby bushes. I don't think it's legal to go after her. Girl wearing a bright red t-shirt with USSR written on it. Such exact reproduction of the age. She looked quite short from the distance, and was probably younger than both pioneer girls. At the gates, and this girl at the door of the clubs. At last I decided to come closer, but the USSR, as I called her in mind, jumped to the first girl and started telling me something, well, sawing the air. The other girl, in turn, seems confused. Looking down, and made no reply. Wait, so she's actually deaf and she's Shizune. Is that? I don't know. I would have probably continued to observe their amusing dialogue. I put an emphasis on the wrong word. But the USSR suddenly pulled something out of her pocket and started shaking it in front of the first girl's face. This something turned out to be a grasshopper. What? What is that face? Look! E. The letter E. Squealed the first girl. She must not be too keen of insects, as she instantly rushed towards the Lenin and presumably made his speech. Where Lenin presumably made his speech about the accomplished work of the peasants' revolution. That's to say, towards the square. USSR glanced at me, grinned playfully, and dashed after her. Not a bad start to the day. I have absolutely no clue where I am, besides that there were some kids here role-playing pioneers. Or maybe they are pioneers the whole time. And as far as I can tell, this place is located thousands of kilometers away from my home. Might even be a different reality. But this was indeed a reality. Wait, should I be reading everything in a Russian accent? Can I even do a Russian accent? Okay, let's try it. Being it as not offensive as possible, okay? Let's try it. I mean, everything around me just seems so real. So a little embellished. I can't do it. What kind of accent was that? I don't even know. You see, my Russian accent is based off MF055's Russian accent. Because like I said, I've never met a Russian person. I don't know what they sound like. I've never talked to a Russian. My previous life could have just been a dream. But what should I do now? I was picking the cracks in the tiles, which paved the pathway and stared aimlessly at the club's building. I think I'll call this episode here. You know, we finally met people. We still haven't met Shizune. But, you know, wait. Am I going to enter? Wait, if I enter, I'm going to keep going. Just a few more seconds before I've come out with some decision. That's what I recall myself rolling on the grass weeping. I cringed in disgust. Perhaps it's another instinct. I don't feel like greasing out. I'm tired. Mine seemed to have chosen the second option, because out of the blue, I got this determination to figure out what was going on. I'd act like a man, like a human. Okay? Yeah, I'm ending it here, guys. Dai Baba Geekai. Have a good night, guys. I'm going to go turn on my fan, because my room was like 90 degrees right now. It's really hot. So see you guys later. Dai Baba Geekai. I already said that. I'm saying it again. See ya.